segment is sponsored in part by LifeVac, #1 in choking prevention.
What would you do if a loved one was choking? Are you comfortable doing the Heimlich maneuver?
So choking is the 4th leading cause of unintentional deaths in children under the age of 5 and the leading cause of accidental deaths in adults over 65.
So today we want to help turn those numbers around with a device every person should have in their home. It is called LifeVac, and it's an upper airway clearing device that is saving lives.
And joining us now is the president of LifeVac, Michael Plunkett. Michael, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
This is a really important subject, and you know, as a parent, I have children, but even if I want a parent, just knowing that this is such an important subject, it's a scary situation, but it's actually very common.
It's more common than you would imagine.
It's
and
crazy.
Even if you don't have a child, you probably have a parent.
Sure.
Or somebody, and you don't really think about it because it goes from 0 to 60 real fast.
Right.
And then when it's over, because we've all had a little bit of experience with it, then you kind of just go back to New York living.
Right.
And, and you don't realize it just happened 10 seconds ago.
Yeah.
And it kind of gets forgotten about. Or if it turns out the wrong way, and we've seen it now. I was in finance my whole life until Arthur came to me 10, 11 years ago, knew him 40 years, and he came with this crazy idea in his garage, one of these classic stories. And at first, I was maybe slightly cynical, but we knew he was onto something. And then when you hear the stories from the moms that are just doing this, it kind of gives you chills. Every time I hear the stories, it gives you chills.
I can only imagine, Michael, now when a child or an adult is choking, I wonder, okay, so how does using LifeVac factor into that? Is it easy to use? Because I'd imagine that in the moment you're like,
what's happening, right?
So what's kind of interesting is it was designed that way because for just a regular person, not necessarily a first responder, for a regular person, and it has this simple, intuitive look to it. But when you push down, there's a grid here. So the air actually exits out the outside. And then when you pull up, there's a valve inside. And it pulls, through the center.
oh my God.
It sucks it right out. It's amazing.
So what's the biggest mistake people make when they're trying to help someone that is choking?
You know what's interesting? I would say that the obvious answer would be panic, right? Don't panic. You think panic. But
When you tell someone not to panic, they panic.
They're going to panic.
You would be surprised. The majority of our saves are regular people, not first responders. They're moms at home by themselves with the child, and they come out and they're like superheroes.
Yep.
And so I'm sure there's a panic there, right? As it would be, but they under the circumstances they act really well. And so I would say probably the biggest mistake is to think that all the current protocol works, because everyone's like, well, I know CPR and I know the Heimlich and all these things, and they do work 60, 70% of the time, but when they don't work, it's not really good, because you can call 911, and you should follow the regular protocols before you go to LifeVac, but you have 3-5 minutes before brain damage occurs if you're not getting oxygen, so you don't really have much time.
That is frightening. You know, hopefully we're never in this situation, but you have to be realistic. And now fire departments and police stations are using LifeVac, and actually I think we have a video where we can see a police officer using it on a child. So it's in the schools?
It's in the schools. We're in almost 10,000 schools now.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's seeing a first responder use it is music to my ears, because they know all the protocols.
Sure.
And when they don't work, they go to this, and some of them are our biggest advocates.
Wow.
And they're the ones that see it. They're the first line of defense. They're the ones that get there. So we're in New York, we're in Nassau County, we're in every police car, and they're the ones that are on the scene, usually before the ambulances, because they happen to already be out in the area.
Exactly.
So it's good to have it in those guys' hands.
Michael, where can our viewers get more information about this?
At LifeVac,
or order LifeVac,
At LifeVac.net is our website, and you can also call 877-LifeVac. We pick up the phone like 7 days a week. We go old school.
Wow, a human is picking up the phone saying,
Human will grab every phone. If it's really busy, like it might be after your show, we'll call them right back. But we prefer they go to our website. You can get it on Amazon. You just have to make sure it's a preferred dealer, because imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. We've been getting knocked off so much now all over the place. And some of them don't have those valves in there and things, so it's a little bit dangerous.
The best bet is to go to the source.
Go straight. I was just going to say straight to the source. Michael, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
And sharing this valuable life-saving information with us.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.